And here we are today, navigating the complexities of media in an age dominated by artificial intelligence. How times have changed. In our fast-paced digital world, media literacy is not just a skill, it's an essential survival tool. Think about it, every time you scroll through your social media feed or click on a news article, you're bombarded with information. Some of it trustworthy, some of it, I must say, it raises an eyebrow, right? Misinformation is like that uninvited guest at a party, who just won't leave. It spreads faster than the truth, often leading us down rabbit holes that can distort our understanding of reality. In my career as a journalist and a media literacy professional, I have seen firsthand how AI can amplify both the good and the bad in our media landscape. So that's where we are today, where media literacy comes into play. It empowers us to sift through the noise to find clarity. Imagine if everyone had these skills, to critically evaluate information sources. We could transform our communities into hubs of informed citizens who engage thoughtfully with the world around them. Artificial intelligence is a tool that can either be our greatest ally or our most formidable foe. Let's first discuss the opportunities presented by AI. There are broadly 4 to 5 things that come to my mind when we think about the opportunities that AI presents to us. First is personalized learning. A lot of this we discuss over these 2 days. AI has the potential to create customized learning experiences. Remember those days when we had to memorize facts, without the context? With AI, we can learn in ways that resonate with us personally. Then second, fact-checking tools. And Sonia and Urvashi are here, they'll agree with me that imagine having an AI assistant that helps you verify information before you hit that share button. It's like having a wise friend whispering in your ear. Are you sure about that? Third is the content creation, A lot of the proposals, frameworks were around content creation, including the marketing. AI can help generate engaging content that informs and educates us about media literacy itself. Who wouldn't want an AI-generated podcast on critical thinking? But let's not kid ourselves, AI also poses challenges. There are broadly 4 big challenges that come to my mind when we think about AI. First and foremost is bias and lack of fairness. Imagine an AI deciding who gets hired or promoted, but it's learned from biased data. Suddenly, women or minority groups are left behind, simply because the AI mirrors the past biases. One of the examples that I can give here is Amazon's AI recruitment tool, which meant to find the best candidates, but actually started, favoring male resumes. It wasn't malicious, just blind to fairness. That's the risk we face today. Machines learning human biases. Second is transparency and accountability. AI can be a black box. Decisions come out, but we have no idea how they got there. It's like being told you failed at a test, but not knowing why. Another example is from the UK, where you must have heard about the UK A-level exam fiasco. This happened in 2020, where students' futures were decided by an algorithm. Many didn't get the grades they deserved, but the system was too opaque to explain how it made those choices. In critical areas like healthcare or justice, we talked about legal systems on AI. We can't afford decisions without accountability. Third is misinformation and deepfakes. AI can create fake videos, deepfakes we all know now, that look incredibly real. Think of it as a Photoshop on steroids. An earlier example I want to give here is from 2019, where a deepfake of Mark Zuckerberg went viral, making it look like he was boasting about, controlling people's data. While that was quickly debunked, it showed how AI can weaponize false information with massive potential for misuse, especially during elections. And we saw it during this year's elections also. A lot of deepfakes were in circulation from high-profile politicians to actors. Rashmika Mandana case is there to see. Then fourth big challenge is job displacement. There's still a debate around this, whether people will lose jobs and what kinds of jobs will be lost to AI. AI just doesn't, assist workers. It can replace them, especially in repetitive jobs. I am emphasizing on repetitive jobs because all jobs cannot be taken by robots, and journalism is certainly not one of them. Because robots don't need breaks, and they certainly don't unionize. One of the examples that I can think of here is Tesla's factories, where AI-powered robots have taken over much of the car assembly section. It's efficient, but for many workers, it means losing livelihood. So how do we navigate this complex landscape? The answer, I think we know the answer. The answer lies in collaboration and education, and that's why we all are here. Some of the initiatives, that are worth noting here is curriculum development, and this is for MICA. Let's advocate for, educational institutions to integrate media literacy into the curricula from an early age. Imagine children learning how to think critically while still mastering their ABCs. Second is community engagement. Workshops like this and community programs can raise awareness about misinformation and teach practical skills for evaluating sources. Picture local gatherings, where families come together to learn how to spot fake news over cups of chai. I like black tea. Then third, public and private partnerships. And yesterday, our panelists discussed collectives like Shakti. So collaboration is already happening. Collaboration between tech companies and educational institutes and media can lead to innovative tools that enhance media literacy while addressing ethical concerns around AI. As we wrap up this incredible event, I must say, I urge each one of you, especially the younger ones here, to take these conversations back to your communities. Whether you are an educator inspiring young minds, a communications and marketing genius ready to take on the world, or a journalist committed to ethical reporting, your role here is vital. Let's commit ourselves to fostering a culture where informed engagement